All right, so I am doing a cargo trailer conversion, and this video got started a little late because my project was already underway and I was watching YouTube videos, and I figured, hey, why don't I make my own so that way people could check out what I'm doing, because I was checking out what everybody else was doing. So get started by doing a little walk around of my cargo trailer. So it's a 6x12, it's black, and it is a cargo track by Wells Cargo. I don't know if this video is being reversed because I'm doing my phone, but I will take another video so that way you can see the outside all the way around. So right now it's just been kind of a storage unit slash holding all of my camping gear. We go camping in this thing and I just bring all my stuff with me. Throw the kayaks in there, throw all the camping gear, and then we open it up. And so that's just primarily what it's been, because I have been working on this for many years. So just do a full walk around view here. So just a regular 6x12 black camper. Don't have a lot of room over here for a mini split to go, but I'm thinking about potentially hanging it over here. That'll be another video. So to get started with what we've gotten done so far. So if you take a look down here, you can see that there is a 1x2 followed by the plywood decking, followed by a laminate plank that's here that I had installed. And there's actually some D-rings that I covered up that are in 4 corners, and I was gonna take a Dremel tool later and be able to cut those out to be able to put something like a little diamond plate cover to flip up so that way I could access those. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore. I think I'm going to just use E-Track. So what I've got here so far is I took off all of the siding that was here, and I went and got it spray foamed with closed cell foam. Had a guy come and spray it and get all that in there. Just put some metal siding on the sides here on the bottom, and then I ended up just putting that wood back over top of it for now. This is gonna be kind of a no-build camper cargo conversion. Just went and got some of this wall paneling the other day from the hardware store. And then now I have a 100 amp breaker that I'm installing right here. Get you the box right here. So it's just a square D 100 amp breaker. I don't know too much about electrical. I'm gonna have a friend of mine come and help me with this, but I knew how to operate a drill so I could mount this. So just to talk a little bit more about the electrical, I decided that I was gonna use a 50 amp wall plug. There's really no need for 50 amps on this, but I know a lot of campgrounds have 50 amp and 30 amp options, and so I just bought an adapter so that way I could do that. I bought a 50 amp cord, so I went ahead and just went with it. A little bit of overkill, but it's all right. The other thing that I got is this little shore power plug, and so this is just for me to be able to plug in a regular extension cord. So that's also going to go in the wall. I will make a video on that as well. But yeah, that's what we're going to do there. And then got some regular Decora switches. Kind of changed up things a few times of what I wanted to do. Don't know for certain if I'm going to use a light switch or if I'm just going to plug things in and be able to go from there. And then I bought some breakers that needed to go in here. And again, I don't know too much about electricity, but I bought a few of these hoping that I got the right ones, and hopefully my friend can help out with getting this all hooked up. I believe what we're gonna do is come in somewhere down over here with that plug, and then come over to here to get all this hooked up. And then what's gonna happen is, I believe I'm going to put a mini split on this side over here. So this is 40 inches across here. So I should be able to find a small, maybe half ton or 1 ton unit to be able to put right there and be able to get that powered in. And then this front section, this V that's here, I'm going to end up putting some type of a desk here, so that way I have just a counter. So that way I have a counter space here. Be able to use that for, whatever, prep surface, or for putting a crock pot on, putting my laptop, being able to sit down, use it as desk. And then I wanted to put a TV in here as well. I'm gonna probably put a window in here. I'm probably gonna put a window in that door right here. So we have some options to be able to look out. And I'm not really sure yet where I'm gonna put the TV, but I know I want one. I'm gonna put a small one. It may even be something that goes over here, and then I have it to where it can extend out and move around, and maybe it'll cover up this so that way you don't see that as much, because there'll be a TV up here. Not real sure. I need it out of the way though. So it probably needs to be over here on this wall somewhere to where I can extend it out, and then we have the option to be able to view from over here. So the other thing that I struggled with is where to put the bed height. So this is going to be a no build camper, which means I'm not going to have a lot of permanent stuff in here. What's going to happen is I'm going to have E-track that I'm going to use along the sides here. And with that E-track, I'm going to put in 2x4 slats that go across, and it'll all be removable. And so I'm going to have probably at this level right over here, which is I think about 36 inches up, is where I'm going to put the bed. That'll leave me some room underneath to be able to store like this cooler, this little cooler here, put some kayaks underneath there if I need to, for being able to move it with, for the storage. And then if I need to put something bigger, like a motorcycle in here, something like that, I can pick all those slats up. And I'm probably going to end up putting something here with 2x4 that allows me to put all of my 2x4s and my plywood sheet and everything up here, so it's all stored up here. And then I can put whatever I want down here. If I need to pull an ATV in here, if I need to pull motorcycle or anything like that to be able to get to where I'm going. Not too sure yet what I'm going to do with the top. I might end up taking and doing this wall paneling over the top as well. And then I may potentially replace this right here with that wall paneling too. I really like the way that that looks, just the texture of that. I can paint that if I want to, but might change that out. All right, so all those are in place. Need to just knock these out. Looks like all right. Got all those taken out. So it's all good. And let's find that bag. All right, so this bag right here has ground screw and then the things to connect this on here. So I probably need to put that ground screw inside before I connect that. All right, the next thing I'm looking at doing is putting this plug, where to put this plug, right? So it's gonna go in here. I'll have a junction box probably right here. Because I'm gonna have a counter right here, And this is just gonna be for this. This is just gonna be maybe plugging in charging some devices or something when I don't have it hooked up to a full, shore power here. I wanna have like a 4-gang, or not a 4-gang, but 2-gang with 4 plugs box here to be able to at least plug some stuff in if needed. Be able to run an extension cord out here to, I don't know, out here for something, just depending on what it is. But I wanted to have another option for power, so debating on putting one right here, I think. So, I'll show you that. All right, so I am going to be putting a hole in here. It's kind of the scary part right here, drilling into my trailer, point of no return. And then I'm going to cover that area with some tape so that way the bit doesn't move. I'm gonna use this little punch right here to hopefully make that stay on there. So keep watching. All right, so as I was about to shoot the last clip, I noticed something. So when my door is open, this door is all the way open, right? There's this little space in here, and I don't want the plug to, that there's something plugged in and it's the door ends up hitting it every single time. So I'm thinking about moving over here to the front. So that's the reason I paused the video. So I'm gonna do some thinking.
So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. I went on the inside and needed to check. I was worried about one of the supports to come down. That if I went too far over here, that I was gonna drill into that. And of course I didn't want to drill a hole in one of the supports. So I'm just gonna put it over here. I'm gonna move it a little more this way so that way it's not in the way whenever the door opens. So here we go. Use the proper tool for the job. I don't have a hammer with me at this moment, and for the sake of the video, I didn't want to go get it, so. This is what we're putting in right
here. I didn't have too many sizes of a hole saw, but this one I think might work. This might be made for wood. I don't know, but it's all I had, so we'll see what happens. Well, it worked. First hole that I've cut in my trailer, so I hope this works. that fit perfect. Come show you that. So fits in there perfectly. So probably something you should do before you get this all in here is you should probably connect some wires to this before you decide to mount it. Just thinking that I'm gonna go ahead and mount this and then I'm gonna have to take it off in order to actually do the work. Because if you look at the inside here, that's right there, and that's not going to be a lot of room to work or do anything to be able to plug this in. But I didn't have my wire right now because I don't have my friend to help me at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just secure it so that way it stays a little bit waterproof, watertight. But yeah, you can see where we are right now in the camper. So I'm going to put a little junction box right over top of that to be able to wire in just some plugs.
So I got my plug in over here. Need to get a junction box to be able to go over that. I got these metal ones that I'm going to actually use for putting on the wall, to be able to have switches in here. But if you notice, the inside here doesn't have any empty, there's some cutouts, but I think that at the store I saw there was one that had a whole section that was out, so I can put that over top of that right there, so I can cover up that hole and be able to just have my plug right there to be able to plug into. I might even put a switch on here, an on-off switch that I can put to a light maybe that's controlled just by the power off of that. Not sure yet. Still working on all the electrical plans, but anyway, the reason for this video, or this clip of the video, I know nothing about putting these videos together. So hopefully by now you're this far into whatever this video is that I'm making right now, and it looks okay, and maybe you've made it this far. So we'll see. Uh-oh. Need a good drill. Stay. Stuff prepared before you start the video.
So now the front has all the boards on. So that's really what we got done today. This is all, well, I don't even know how I'm gonna edit this video, but so far today on this Saturday, I have done installing this wall, putting this breaker, putting the breakers inside of there, putting this wood here, and drilling that hole so far. I think I might be done for today, simply because I really don't have too much more. But you know what I might do? I might figure out some placement of where I want these plugs. That's what I might do. All right, so most of the time whenever I'm in here, I'm probably not gonna have a chair in here, but I'm probably gonna have a cooler. And so I'm thinking if I have a cooler over in the front and I need to have a desk to work on a laptop or something, I want to make sure that the height is correct. So here, I want to make sure that my desk is about to here. So about 33 inches. So the reason I'm doing that is because I need to know where I'm going to put my plugs, and I want my plugs to be over top of the countertop. So I know 33 inches is where I'm going to be the countertop height. So 36 inches is maybe where I want to have a plug. Not right here. I might put one over here for the bed, but over there for the simple purpose that if I'm plugging anything in over there, that's going to be run off of the shore power, like if I put a crock pot up there or a microwave or anything really, laptop, I want to be able to have it above the counter. So that's the reason I was measuring that. Just thinking ahead, if you are going to put a countertop inside of here and you're not going to put a chair, something that you're probably going to have is a cooler. So I'm using that as my chair. All right. So I don't have a fancy tripod or anything like that. I'm literally just propping my phone up on my random stuff that's in here. So now I'm going to install this box at the height that I want it to be, that we were just talking about. I'm gonna have it just a little above the countertop, just so that way, I don't know, just so it's a little higher up. So I'm gonna put this in there. And I am finding on here, I'm gonna mount that to the actual piece of metal. All right, so there's my mark here. Well, that's funny. In the video about me talking about me propping this up on random things, I prove it to you. But I really am propping this up on random things. Maybe I'll try to not rock the trailer too much, and that won't happen again. We'll see. That's the wrong kind of screw. All right, I'm gonna stop this one and put this thing up better. All right, not the greatest angle, but it's at least on here better, so that way it doesn't fall again. That was kind of funny.
Wonder why. Who's done that?
There we go. I was just missing the stud there. Perfect. So now let me show you what that looks like here. So just gonna put some switches in right here. Or not switches, but plugs. All right, so I went ahead and just put these in place in the locations that I'm gonna want them. So that way, whenever we come back and run the electrical, I still need to put in the main shore power. I've got the extension cord shore power from the outside right there. I need to get a junction box for that. But I need to put in the main 50 amp shore power, wherever I'm gonna put it over here, to run to here, and then from here, run over to here and to here. Gotta have another plug over here, I believe, because I gotta have a dedicated circuit. But well, I can put one on the other. I'm gonna have one dedicated circuit that's going to go for being able to plug in the refrigerator, and then one that's gonna be dedicated to being able to plug in like a crock pot or something. I don't want one to trip the other. So that's why I'm doing that. All right, so you probably realize I'm in different clothes because this is actually a different day, but you can tell that I'm completely new to making this video and making videos at all. So I think I need to end my video with a video that says to go ahead and like or subscribe or follow me, because I'm going to be doing more of this build out, and probably going to be making some other videos with some how-tos of just different stuff related to outdoors. So catch you on the next one.